with you guys a homeschool room tour. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time here, welcome. I am a homeschool mom. I have 3 kids, and today, like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a updated homeschool room tour, and I'm also going to be letting you guys know how I created a space that we absolutely love. I know that some homeschool families have homeschool spaces, and then there's other families that do not. My tips that I'm going to give you of how we created a space that we love will be helpful regardless if you have a homeschool space or if you don't have a homeschool space. I don't want this video to be super long, so let's get this tour started, guys. When you enter my homeschool space, the first thing that you'll notice is our French doors. And they come into this space over here. So the space is quite a large space. So you'll notice that our homeschool space is in the basement. It's a raised basement, so we still get some natural light in here. But you'll notice that it's quite a large space. And the reason why we were able to get such a large space is because this basement was basically unfinished when we moved into our home, and we basically created this space and made it our own. So the first thing that you'll notice and that I love about our homeschool space is that we created a space and a homeschool space with a style that we love. There is so many aesthetically pleasing homeschool spaces out there. And I know there is many, people that are really great at, styling their homeschool space. But as you can see, my homeschool space there's pops of color everywhere. I don't feel like I have a particular style. I think it's important for you to create a space that you love and not that mimics someone else's homeschool space. Even if you homeschool in your dining room, your living room, you want to create a space that is cozy, that is welcoming, that is your own. I don't have a particular style, but it's us. This is us, and it feels like us. So when you walk into my homeschool space, the first thing you'll notice is that we do have a fireplace here. This is a pellet stove. We put floor to ceiling stone over here, and my husband created a mantle. And during the winters, it's so cozy here because it's in a basement. Basements can get quite cold. So it's nice to have this stove over here. We have just this gate just to make sure that the kids don't touch, the stove when it's on. And you really can see that we use this gate for our preschool. My son has his preschool locks, and they have the little keys corresponding to it. So he's doing preschool. So we, you can see that we utilize every space in here, including our railing. Then over here, we have my basket, which has a bunch of boards. We like writing on boards a lot, so I have different boards here that the kids can choose from. I have fly swatters, sometimes we use that. I have balls here, just different things to make homeschooling a little bit fun. We use those balls for conversation starters, these ones, but also for spelling sometimes. So just some knickknacks in there that we reach for quite often. The other thing that you'll notice is that our homeschool space has a lot of storage. So I have my IKEA shelves over here with the little cubbies and the little inserts. And up top, I have our electronic centers that I have in these little baskets. This is our audio player. I have our music player over here with different languages. And then I have our Osmo here in the back. I have our science unit, some boards for Michael, preschool boards and wooden boards, chalk. I have our curriculum here as well that we're doing over the summer, and preschool as well. Then up top, I have our globes, 2 of our globes. This one over here was my brother's when he was young, when he was 8 years old. My brother's 25 now. So we've had this a very long time, and it's a smart globe, and it talks to you. It has a little pen and you can talk to it. So it's been part of our family for quite some time. And then I have this preschool one as well from Learning Resources. I have some more puzzles here, like name puzzles. I put it up top here, are puzzles, because my daughter she's going through a phase where she's just throwing things around, and I like keeping it up top. So if she does want to play with the puzzles, I can grab one for her, but it won't be something that she can make a total mess of. I have our money, our Canadian money. I'm Canadian, so we have all our money. We use this quite often, so it's nice to grab it here. I have some preschool electronic, like those learning ones like Leapfrog and VTech and that kind of stuff. So I have different ones that the kids can choose from there in the back. More curriculum stuff. And then each cubby here has a theme to it. I have a math theme one. I have one just that has crayons and like school supply stuff. And I label them. So whenever I look for something, I can be like, okay, I know I have markers in here, I have pencil crayons, and I have special markers in here. And same thing for my other stuff, like this is our science one. So each of them have a theme, and it just allows me to be a bit more organized having this storage. On the side of this IKEA storage compartment, I have my 2 carts. This one over here is my stationery stuff like pencils, rulers, scissors, pens. All of it is in here basically. And it just allows me to be a little bit more organized and know where things are. And I actually labeled it with my label machine. And then here I have curriculum. It's a bit messy. I have to go through it because this is like last year's curriculum that I have to put away. And then I have to put our new curriculum in here. So I'm gonna have to go through that, but that's our kind of like our curriculum cart as well. Another place where I have storage is our bookshelf. And a bookshelf for me is very, very important. And this one is actually library standard bookshelf, and it's on wheels, and I got it from Facebook Market for 15 bucks. Someone was selling it. They were selling 2 actually. Originally it was gonna be $75 for us, and he had 2 of them, and we bought 2 of them. One of them my husband is using in the garage, and then I'm using this one for our books. I'm probably gonna have to steal the one from the garage because we have way too many books. And I haven't organized these books in a hot minute. It's messy, it's quite messy, because we use our books a lot. We have our readers up top over there. I have like picture books over here, more like animal themed ones. I have a dinosaur section. I have more readers down there on the bottom. This has a lot of our Christian books, devotionals. And then on the bottom, I have board books that my daughter can reach for. So these are the ones, one of her favorite ones, and she can just grab and go. And then on my other side here of our homeschool space is I do have these little inserts with books as well. And these mostly house our sound books. So my daughter can just grab them, and she grabs these quite often. So as you can see, storage is a must. And I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. I am not an organized mom. I'm just not. And the last time I organized this room and did a deep cleaning in it was probably a year ago. It's when I posted my, like an extreme cleaning video. And that's the last time that I organized this room. Having said that, it's not too bad for, for being a year. And the reason why is because I have a certain place for everything. Sometimes having a tidy space makes a room so much better. So having, a place to put your books, a place to put your curriculum, a place to put your stationery items, it makes a difference. At least for me, not being organized, having a place for everything does make a difference. Even my mom, she came here the other day. She's like, your homeschool space is always much more tidier than the rest of the house. And it's just so much easier to, tidy the space because I have a lot of storage here. So I really do like that. Another thing that you'll notice is that I have certain sections in our homeschool space for different purposes. This section right over here is our reading corner right now. Our reading corner used to be kind of over here. We had like a little bed over here before. I got rid of that for now because that's actually in our RV. But we have our nugget couch here. It's very, very comfortable. And this is our reading section. This is where we cuddle up, we read books. The books is right over here, and it's nice. It houses our focus wall over here too, which I have a couple of posters up in the wall, and just for us to go back on when we are working on certain concepts. But we really do enjoy having a reading section. Right next to it is our table and chairs. And this is usually where we do arts and crafts. We do our lessons, and we have this little It's actually quite messy right now. But we have our little supplies here that we reach for quite often. My toddler section is, there's a couple of spaces where my toddlers usually stay. One of them is this little section here, which has like our little reading books up top, the ones that we're focusing on at the moment. It has our world map, which is one of my favorite parts of our homeschool space, is our wooden world map. And it has like all the countries, continents, oceans, and we use that map quite often. It's one of like my favorite parts of this homeschool space. And then we have this area, this rug, and the kids can grab their themed toddler busy bins and play on top of the rug. Makes it a little bit more cozier, but it's very comfortable still. They can read their books over here, bring their lap desks, and do their activities on top of their lap desks that I have. But it's just an area where they can, you know, play, and it's open and they can be creative. I have their brain flakes over there. That's one of the things that we really, really love is our brain flakes. So I have a basket. There's more. We have more of them, but I think they're upstairs. The kids were playing with them. And then I have this space right here, which is kind of like my toddler section. And you'll notice that it's very undecorated. And there's a reason for that. My daughter is in a phase right now where she loves ripping poster boards from the wall. Any type of posters that I have on the wall, it's like an itch that needs to be scratched. She'll literally look at me and she'll pull it and she'll be like, sorry, mommy. And I'm like, really? But she's going through a phase where that's almost like an itch to her that needs to be scratched. So if she sees any poster boards on the wall, she will rip them out. She was kind of like ruining the wall. So I just kind of took them down. Every day was the same thing. She would tear them down. So I said, you know what? We're putting away the poster boards. I have some of them over here. And some of them they're over there on the section over there, but we're not putting poster boards anymore, and that's okay. But I have their little table here that I got from IKEA back when Nicholas, my oldest, he's 8 right now, he was 2. That's when I got that table and chairs. It's been with us for a long, long time, even before we started homeschooling. And then I have this mat. This mat is actually cushiony, okay? And this is a mat that I bought for my son. He's 4 right now. I bought it for him when he was like a baby, newborn. And that mat is cushiony and it's meant for like, you know, newborns, just it's easy to wipe down and they can walk, they can crawl and fall and not hurt themselves. But I use this actually when we are doing anything messy, like playing with Play-Doh, playing with our kinetic sand, playing with anything messy like paint, because it's so easy to wipe off and you can steam it, you can mop it, you can, wipe it down, and it's just really great. And it's two-sided. It has this section and then it has like a darker gray. I really, really like this mat. I do have another corner over here and it's a little shelf with a bunch of different activities. I sometimes switch it out for the kids, and then it has some books up top here. So this is like our toddler kind of section. Which also has our boards on wheels when we're here, or I can move it around and put it kind of over here when we're doing our lessons. So here is where I have a couple of my posters up that I was able to keep because my daughter cannot reach up there. But I like having my posters up because we can do like the alphabet, numbers, days of the week, months of the year. I have our calendar up there that we didn't use too much this year just because my daughter, she likes throwing the pieces all over the place. So it's up there where she can't access it. Yeah, it's kind of just empty right now. It's okay. We put our board on wheels here when we're not using it. So another thing that I wanted to note about our homeschool space is you'll notice how bright it is. When I was, thinking of our homeschool space, one of the things I wanted our homeschool space to be is bright. And one of the things that I told my husband is let's add pot lights to this homeschool space. Because if it didn't have pot lights and it only had, 1 light or 2 lights, there's 2 lights in here, it would feel dark. And one of the light bulbs in there is kind of burnt, but I'll just give you an example. I know one of the light bulbs is burnt out, but if we didn't have these pot lights, it would feel very dark in here. And a dark space is not a space where we want to be when we're homeschooling. We want to be in a bright space where we can see our books, where we can see our curriculum, where we can, I don't know, something about being in a bright space that just feels so good. We are a renovation and construction family. My husband is very handy. He is a contractor. So we added down here in our basement, we have a kitchenette that I can use for the kids to prepare snacks. And then I also have a bathroom down here so the kids can use the bathroom so we don't have to keep on going up and down the stairs. Now I know not everyone will have this, but it's definitely something that makes this space a little bit more enjoyable, knowing that we don't have to keep on going up and down the stairs. And I know it's a luxury and I'm very happy for it. I'm not really sure how long we'll have this homeschool space, but we are enjoying it as much as we can. I don't think this will be our forever home, but we are enjoying it as much as we can. This space, it's a space that we love and that we have just been enjoying so much, and we love it, guys. We really, truly love this space. Okay, friends, so that was our homeschool room tour and just how we created a space that we love. We love coming here, and these are the reasons why and the things that I thought of when we created this space. Now, I know that not everyone can create a space and have such a large space like this, but I think that this can inspire you to make a space your own and think about certain things when you're choosing, if you have the ability to, renovate a space or you have an unfinished basement. These are things to think about when you're thinking of your homeschool space. This is definitely a dream of mine. Like, having this space has definitely been such a blessing. And if I didn't have this space, I would make our dining room, our living room, wherever we had our space, like our homeschool space, I would make that space as special as we can with the resources that we have. That is our homeschool room tour. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have a space, right? A homeschool space, or even if you don't have a homeschool space, like a dedicated space, but you homeschool in your dining room, living room, wherever it might be. What makes that space so special to you that it makes it that space for homeschooling? You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like homeschool content, motherhood, lifestyle, and anything in between. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.